Hello again. We are here today with the angelic forces that are around each and every one of us. When I was younger, I believed in angels. I grew up in the Catholic Church, and of course, angels were mentioned. So it was important to me because the angels were so pretty, and I liked the wings and the feathers and the iridescence. That always attracted me as a child. As I got older, my beliefs shifted. My rebellion of my religious upbringing pulled me away from the church. And basically, there was a period of time at one point where you could say that I was an atheist, another point agnostic. And then came a point in time where I just started seeing angels wherever I was. And it's usually they first began appearing in the sky. I remember when my daughter was a little girl, I'd point up to the clouds and say, "Look at the angels." And she'd look at me like, "Mom, you're just making that up." Well, in truth, I don't know why I saw them, but I did. And if you look up in the sky, you will see angels watching down upon you. With each and every one of us, we are surrounded by 10,000 angels. And at times of trial and stress, a legion of angels is at our disposal. When I say that to some of my clients, they look at me and say, "Well, how do I even know the angels are there? How do I get them to hear me?" And in truth, all you have to do is ask. It's very simple, but we must ask. My angels always say to me, if you do not use your voice, we cannot act. They are here to walk with us each and every step of the way. So no matter what it is that we're going through, whether it's a trial or a tribulation, we are surrounded with angelic energy. For the first few months of my journey, I was introduced to 5 angels. And these 5 angels walked with me and identified themselves as to who they are. One was the speaker of my truth. The other was the speaker of my heart. One was my protector. The other was the voice of God for me to hear. And then there was the gatekeeper. And the gatekeeper, in my regard, was to keep away any negative energy, evil entities, so to speak, from what I could channel and what I could take in and communicate with others. Over time, the gatekeeper has pretty much, though still present, not so much in my awareness because I am very much protected from negative energy. I am surrounded on a daily basis with light and love. And as long as I allow that to come through, and as long as I am forever grateful for the things that fall into my path, I am always aware that the angels are here. Over the next few months, there will be an increase of negativity throughout the world. Whether it be with increased violence. To some, it will be natural disasters. And for others here in the United States, which is where I am, there is an increased focus on the negative at this point in time. In large part due to the political campaigns. But in general, there is an element of fear that is being fed into. And through that fear, more fear grows. When I asked the angels about evil, basically what they said to me is evil grows here on earth. Evil does not exist beyond in another realm. It is something that we create through anger, hate, and fear. If you pay attention to what is the focus on our day-to-day basis, it truly has become about fear. If you look at the political system in the United States, a country that has a great history of being built on immigrants. There is suddenly a fear of immigrants. Not that it's sudden, but the focus has been intensified. If we're a country built on immigration, immigrants are not new. But the fear of what is different is being intensified because that is where we are focusing our energy. Not in the commonality of each and every one of us, but instead on the difference. And in that creation of anger and hate, we create a negative energy that is spreading throughout the land. It is spreading in our day-to-day interactions. It is spreading beyond our shores across the ocean to other countries, as well as the hate that is in other places coming back towards us here. It is an energy flow that is designed to expand with focus. One of the most captivating times that in recent memory that I have is the shooting in the theater back in Colorado a few years. And the news stories focused more so on the victims than us learning and knowing about the shooter. In that one instance, we shifted our unilateral focus. And for a time, that violence was no longer the focus of our media attention, was no longer the focus of our conversation. And people became kinder. If you'd watched the news, it was about those who were gone and their contribution in this world, instead of those who created such a horrific event. What we focus on expands. Why that is such a hard lesson for us to get, I do not understand. But I am aware that when I focus on my fears, I get more of what I'm afraid of. If I am focusing on lack in life, the lack expands. When I focus on gratitude for even that one small gift, I have more to be grateful for. So in this time, in this place, be grateful. Be grateful for what is here, even if it's loss. Because even in loss, it opens us in ways that we never knew. The loss of a loved one, the hardest thing for any human being to go through is to lose someone we love. Yet in that loss, we should be grateful for the opportunity to have loved so deeply. In that loss, we should be grateful for the gift that that person brought into our lives. And in that loss, we should be grateful in the possibility that there is more and that they are still here with us each and every day. And I can promise you this, from the time I was a little child, one thing I knew is when someone died and they came and spoke to me, they're still here. We may not see them the way we saw them on a day-to-day basis. We may not be able to touch them and hold them, but they hear us and they help us each and every day. Just like the angels that are here, so are those we love who have passed on. And they're there to help. They're there to uplift. And they don't feel sadness and they don't feel pain. They are joyful in the knowing of all that is. In the knowing that they are still here to love and guide. They are still here to love and protect. They are still here to love. And in the spiritual realm, the similarity with the angelic realm is simply they are here to love. They are here to love, and they are here to love and protect us as we move through our day. We are never alone.